So you're probably wondering by the title of this video, whereabouts am I? Well, the title of the video doesn't lie. You can't actually find this country on the map. This is a little strip of land in between Ukraine and Moldova. It is technically still part of Moldova. However, this country has its own government, its own army, its own police force, its own currency, even issues its own passport. This is a little strip of land that after the Soviet Union broke up, wanted closer ties with Russia. However, Moldova edged towards Romania. This led to a war between the two bits of land in Moldova, and now the country I'm in now sees itself as its own. It has its own border separating itself from Moldova. This country has not moved on really from the Soviet Union. A lot of things here pretty much left untouched really from the Soviet Union. So I decided to come here for 2 days and explore this mysterious land, and I'm going to bring you guys with me. Welcome to Transnistria. Flashing lights coming up in the distance. Alright guys, so I'm arrived in Transnistria about an hour ago. I'm currently on the most famous street in the capital city, Terrace Fall. The street is called 25th of October Street. That is where all the main monuments are. And I am going to give you a little tour of the street. We're going to see all sides of this place, all sides of this city. We're going to see the more built up areas, the more modern areas, and we're going to see the less developed areas. You have to cover all your bases when you go on trips like this. So I thought it's probably best to start the tour off with this lovely gentleman here. You probably recognise him. So for you who don't know who that is Vladimir Lenin. Vladimir Lenin founded the Soviet Union. He was a revolutionist, a communist, and it is very, very rare to see his statue still up. Since the collapse of the Soviet Union, all the countries that were part of the Soviet Union, you know, they ripped down the statues, they just took rid of all the posters. But however, here in Transnistria, you see Vladimir Lenin nearly in every street. You see a picture or a monument, and as you can see there, I'll show you again, he's looking over Terrace Fall with pride, right in front of the presidential palace. This place is actually huge, guys, and to be honest with you, I'm not too sure what the guidelines are for videoing that. I think it's okay, but I think if I point the camera at it too long, I'm going to be pulled on it. So yeah, let's just keep walking and I'll tell you something in a second, guys. No, I think it's okay. Yeah, I was pointing the camera at that building for a while and I actually seen flashing lights coming up in the distance, so I thought I was going to be pulled there, but no, it's okay. I think lots of people take pictures and videos of it, but you know, it can be a delicate area, you know, so you have to be respectful too, you know, you can't be goofing around. So alright guys, so my first impressions is this place is still stuck in the Soviet Union. You know, some people like that. I find it very fascinating. You know, everyone has their own opinion of it. So just to make it even more Soviet, as soon as you enter the city, you see this guy here right across the road from Mr. Lenin. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you recognise that guy a little bit more than Lenin. Joseph Stalin. Again, everyone has their own opinion, guys. I'm covering the space as a place of interest, you know. I find it very fascinating that it's still stuck in Soviet times. It's not for everybody, but I want to see this place before it gets a bit more modernised, because you may know the team from here, Sheriff. They beat Real Madrid a couple of weeks ago. So Sheriff are actually a big company out here. They're not just a football team, you know. They run a lot of shops and all, supermarkets. You see Sheriff everywhere, really. It's in your face as soon as you cross the border from Moldova into Transnistria. So yeah, I don't know now. Sheriff get them big bucks now for it from the Champions League. They'll probably pump it into the local area here. So, well, you'd like to think so. So good for the locals. And again, guys, if you want to see the Soviet stuff, chances are they're going to keep it, you know, for tourism. But to really see it still stuck in time, you'd want to get here really within the next year. Alright guys, so that's the sign too. As soon as you enter the city, you see the old hammer and sickle, the Communist Party symbol. So yeah, again, you don't see too many of those about these days. So yeah, that's something nice as well, guys, if you want to see that. Alright guys, so again, you have to be quite respectful around here. I'm actually, you got the tank monument over there behind me, you probably fit to see it. Different monuments, you know, tributes to those who passed away during the Soviet-Afghan War, the Transnistria War, and the Patriotic War. So yeah, you got all the names. I'll just show you. All the names there, those who fought in the war and passed away. A whole big area here. So again, I just wouldn't be with the eternal flame going over there. The tank monument down there, we'll see that a little bit closer. So yeah, right guys, so here's the famous tank monument. I know a lot of tour guides have put up this tank monument, advertised on tours to Transnistria. Yeah, you can sit right on top of that, you know, pose for pictures, you know, whatever you want really. Yeah, I suppose you can do that, but I don't know, I think it's a bit disrespectful in a way, you know. It's right beside the memorials, you know, and I don't know, I think it just wouldn't feel right to be jumping on top of it really, you know. So, but again, it is permitted, so it obviously is okay. So yeah guys, let's move on now again. I am at the monument of Soberov. He is the founder of the city of Terrace Fall. This is a very impressive monument. I'll show you now. There we go, very, very impressive, guys. It's actually huge. I don't think the video would do it justice. So show you from the front as well. So you see there, 229 years ago, sorry. That's when the city of Terrace Fall was founded by this guy here. There we go, just see that a little bit closer there as well. You can see how impressive it is there. Very, very nice. So again, this is walking down this little side street, guys. I'm going to show you. A lot of these old Soviet style apartment blocks. So yeah, all those apartment blocks were actually built obviously during the Soviet Union. They're only supposed to be temporary homes, you know, until communism became more of a real thing. Of course, then the Soviet Union collapsed, and a lot of them apartment blocks still remain till this day. And I think I was reading somewhere now, if someone's from there, let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. I think in Latvia, you know, about 60% of people are still living in them. Alright guys, just walking down this random little street here. So again, you can see some old apartment blocks. Don't really know what's in store now down this way, guys, but we will keep walking and see what happens. You know, I think the main street's quite well built up there, so let's just keep walking this direction and see what we can find down here. Again, just picking a wee side street at random really, so yeah, who knows what's in store for us down here. So I've definitely noticed in certain areas, not all of it, the pavement is well battered. So yeah, that's something that definitely sticks out. So just around here you see it, you know, there's areas where that goes on for probably a good 60 seconds of a walk there. So there's a couple of people standing, and we're going to go into a touchy subject, so if I say anyone coming close I'm going to quit talking about it. So I don't know how they caught on to what I was saying, they mightn't appreciate it. So again, if I hear voices I'll stop. Just give you more of a feel of the place really. Again, you have to be respectful in different countries, so so at the moment this place is technically still in Moldova. However, Transnistria, they have their own border. I'll explain that at the end of the video. They have their own police force, their own army, they issue their own passports, they have their own government, their own currency. So yeah, it's pretty much their own country really, you know, so what more do you want? So yeah, you can say they are their own. So I know there was a vote now in 2016 and 97% voted to lean towards Russia more. However, obviously that didn't happen. So let me just show you this old playground as we are talking here. There we go. I don't think that has changed much from the Soviet Union either. So yeah, they are pretty much their own now, so things are looking good. So yeah, and you just have to don't be talking out too loud, because you don't want to get into politics and all that stuff, you know, when you're out here. So if you are talking about that stuff, make sure that you're kind of on your own, you know. Keep an eye out for people. Although not many do have English here, but I'm sure there is some that would cop on to you, you know. And there's a lot of casual military around as well, just walking around in uniforms. So again, they probably would have a bit of English there. So again, they just want to keep the peace. They don't want you saying that you're in Moldova, you know. That's a big no-no really. I know there's a sign here somewhere saying that this is not Moldova, so I didn't come across it yet, but that just gives you the feeling here. Great thing about being here too is I haven't seen one other tourist. Now again, the English situation, there's not really many English talkers here, English speakers, but again, that's proper travel. That's what you want. You know, you don't want to be pampered whenever you're away. You know, you want to be having to interact with people and hearing their language, you know. So it is it's a nice thing, you know. It's nothing worse than going away to a place just bombarded with tourists. You're not interacting with the locals, you know. That's what you want, you know. That's what travel's all about really, to interact with people, you know, be forced to interact with them, you know, especially if you're going solo. You've no choice but to interact with the local people, you know. So maybe if you're with someone, you know, you maybe be in your comfort zone, you'll just kind of talk to them. So yeah, it's good. It's definitely worth trying, heading away on your own for sure. Going through this lovely little park here. I'll just show you this real quick. Very nice. So you do have this here as well. I'm in a more modernised area now, so here we are. It's actually very nice. So there's lovely pavement there. Again, you got the park there as well. Very nice. Nice and open. Very good, yeah. Weather's nice there, just to break up the thing. A little bit of quiet time in between is quite good as well. Yeah, and it is a Saturday here, so it's quite probably more chill than probably is usually. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. It's something a little bit different, you know, compared to Paris and then travelling through Switzerland. You know, this is very good. It's places like this that I kind of really kind of really got me wanting to travel, you know. So just checking them out, really. Places that people don't know too much about, you know, probably draw me into them a little bit more, you know. So I like to go and see what I can find, try and shine a bit of light, because I believe every country has a shining light to it. So yeah, I just want to show that good side. So yeah guys, as you see there again, there's a supermarket there, sheriff in charge of it. So yeah, you see a lot of sheriff stuff. I know when you first cross the border now, it's just constantly in your face. Like, it's not that it's not a bad thing, but they let you know they're there anyway. Yeah, everywhere you look, really, it's sheriff. So obviously that's the football team here as well, and again doing quite well, sitting on top of our Champions League group. So yeah, everything's looking good for them. Good to see an underdog doing well, you know. When you're walking around here, really just the general areas, general directions, taking your time, and you stop to think, you know, this team actually beat Real Madrid in the Bernabeu. So it does get you thinking, you know, anything is possible, really. I know Dundalk bet them, was it last year Dundalk beat them? I think it was on penalties, and this year Sheriff have beaten Real Madrid, you know. So it gets you thinking, really, how things can change. Alright guys, so I decided to go on a little walk again down the street a bit, and come across this here. So that there is the City Hall, or it's also known as House of the Soviets. So very nice guys. I'll show you again just directly from the front. We'll have our friend back with us again too, by the way, he's in front of it too. There we go, and again, this guy here, Mr. Lenin is back. So again, very nice. Hey guys, so that's actually the university here, so I thought I'd show you that as well. There's actually a street down here, it's called Lenin Street. So we'll go for a walk down there and see what we can find down there. Hopefully find something interesting. Quite nice, just a whole row of shops again, so nice little stroll there in the evening time when you have a spare couple of minutes. Okay, so up there is, that's the place I'm going to be staying later on. Yeah, I'll be staying up there later on. So yeah, it again real old style, you know, real Soviet Union apartment blocks. Really, not much has changed. So again, that's good. That's what you want. You want to experience that when you come here, really. That's probably the main reason why people do come here, you know. Alright guys, so I'm currently in the apartment trying to locate my room. It's 33. So you have the more modern elevator, and you got the Soviet elevator. I think we'll go for this Soviet style elevator. You can see even the button now. Very, very old. That's what you want. So let's see the inside of this bad boy. We can get it in one piece. That's a relief. My room is right here, guys. Alright guys, I just checked into my apartment there and I didn't really expect this, to be honest. Very, very nice. Very nice indeed. You think from the outside it'd be completely different. You're nearly fearing the worst. That's really being honest with you. I didn't really know what to expect. But yeah, very, very nice in here. You walk the whole way around. Look at your wardrobe there. Everything is pretty good, like, very impressive. Yeah, that's good. You got your cooker there and all. So I got this on booking.com. €29 for the night, which is good. You got the fridge there. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Got me free Wi-Fi, of course. And in here at the bathroom, let me see. Just there. Looking for a light, can't seem to find it, but we'll get there on that point. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So I have got a lot of exploring done. I just had a pizza there earlier too, so I'll probably chill for about an hour and see what I want to do then, you know. Alright guys, so back from the souvenir store, and I got a souvenir. I think it is quite an interesting one, so I'll show you now. So yeah guys, it's an old USSR style flag. So I'll show you a little bit closer there. So basically you got the hammer and sickle, and you know, you got wheat, fruit and all that stuff sort of surrounding it. And that's actually quite interesting because that is actually a sign for all the different Soviet countries back in the day. You know, whatever is around the hammer and sickle, you know, that is what that country produced. You know, for example, Kazakhstan could have been producing, you know, the wheat. Belarus could have been producing the fruit, and so on. All the little republics would be producing something unique. So yeah, it's nice to have it all on a flag. You know, it's pretty cool. So I said, why not pick it up? Just another thing, guys, you're probably watching this too, me and all this stuff, and you're probably thinking that I'm actually a communist. To be honest with you, I kind of just stay away from all the politics. You know, it's not really for me. I just find it just, you know, especially when you're travelling and that, it's not a good mix. No, I like to stay away from all that. It just leads to fallings out and all that type of rubbish. So again, I don't dive too big into it. So yeah, again, everyone has their own opinion. Everyone has the right to their own views. So that's just me giving mine. I'm not really too bothered about politics really as a whole. Right guys, final day here in Transnistria. I'll be leaving at around 3 o'clock to go back to the airport back home. I do think probably 2 days is probably enough to explore here. You know, there is a lot to see, but you can see it quite quickly. It's all together, you know. So yeah, 2 good full days is probably enough. You're probably thinking, say it out about everywhere I go to. But that's just my opinion. Or everyone's opinion is different. Maybe people want to do a little bit more. So yeah, we'll just see what we can find today really. Just going to walk in one direction on the main street. Just keep walking and walking, and see what we can find really. So yeah, when I find something interesting, we'll tune back in. Alright guys, so one thing I just want to show you as well. I just came across this little Soviet style bar, so I'll try and get a few shots in there. Right guys, so I actually came across this little park here, and right beside it we got this little amusement park, and I actually think some of the stuff is still operational. It's probably too early now to be getting to go on it, but I'll show you it anyway. Little roller coasters and all. Let me try and get a proper view for you. Get in nice and close to it. So yeah, all this stuff here really old, you know, but yeah, it's still operational, you know. I don't know how much justice the camera does, but when you're right beside it, you know it is well rusted. Definitely wouldn't pass the safety test in many other places, you know, but here it's still operational. So yeah, pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I probably would go on it now if it was open. So you never know, might come back later on and have a wee look, you know. We found our Ferris wheel. There we go. It's very big. Again, very rusted as well. Yeah, you're going to be a brave man to have a go on that, you know, so you could be stuck maybe halfway up it, you never know. But yes, again, it's pretty cool, you know, having that little park like this. It's something different, you know, you don't usually see it. So yeah, I think that's all the main rides, you know. You got your little roller coaster over there as well, and you got your Ferris wheel and a few other little bits as well. So yeah guys, so I'll probably wrap up the Transnistria video here, you know. Hopefully I gave you a little bit of a taste of what it's like here, you know. Very fascinating place to visit. I'd definitely recommend it. Again, if you have 2 days or something, you know, you can do Moldova as well when you're out here, you know. If you want to take a week, you can split it up, half Transnistria, half Moldova, and see the differences between the two countries, you know. From being here, I definitely do feel like I am in a country of its own, you know. It has its own stamp in the place. So yeah guys, so I might, you never know, might make a little video on a bit more detail about visiting Transnistria, you know, for people who want to come here, give you a few little pointers and that, getting over borders, etc, like that. So yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope I give you a little bit of a taste, as I said, and yeah, at least now you know that this place exists. So thank you for watching.